Imagine the year 490 BCE. The mighty Persian Empire stretches from the Indus Valley to the shores of Asia Minor. A kingdom of immense wealth, soldiers beyond counting, and ambitions as vast as the horizon. At its head is King Darius I, ruler of kings, who demands obedience from all nations. But across the sea, in a land of rugged hills and scattered city-states, there is a people who refuse to kneel. They are the Greeks, and among them, one small city dares to defy Persia's demand for submission. That city is Athens. The threat. Darius has not forgotten the insult. Years earlier, Athens had supported a revolt against his empire. Now he sends a vast expedition across the Aegean Sea. The Persian fleet lands on the plains of Marathon, a wide stretch of flat land just 26 miles from Athens itself. Here, the Persians unleash their power. Tens of thousands of infantry, cavalry, and archers. By comparison, the Athenians can muster only around 10,000 hoplites, heavily armed citizen soldiers in bronze armor. Reinforcements from Sparta have been requested, but the Spartans are delayed, bound by their religious festival. So the Athenians stand almost alone. Only 1,000 warriors from Plataea, their allies, march to their side. The standoff. For days, the two armies face one another across the plain. On one side, the Persians confident, disciplined, with their cavalry ready to shatter the enemy. On the other side, the Athenians nervous, outnumbered, but fiercely determined to defend their freedom. The Athenian generals debate, should they wait or should they strike first? The deciding voice comes from Miltiades, a seasoned commander. He argues that delay only favors Persia. If Athens waits, the Persians will march straight to the city, burn it to ashes, and enslave its people. At last, the Athenians choose to fight. The day of battle. It is morning. The sun rises over the plain of Marathon. Dust hangs in the air as the armies prepare. The Athenians form their phalanx, a solid wall of bronze shields and spears. Miltiades orders the center to be deliberately thinned, stretching the line wide enough to match the Persian front. The wings are reinforced, heavier and stronger. It is a gamble, but one that will decide the fate of Greece. Across the field, Persian drums thunder. Their archers raise their bows. The cavalry waits to charge. Then comes the command. The Athenians begin to move, first at a walk, then faster, and then against all expectation, they run. Nearly a mile across the plain, armored hoplites sprint toward the enemy line. The Persians are stunned. Who would dare charge the great king's army? Arrows darken the sky, but the Athenians raise their shields and keep coming. The distance closes. Bronze crashes against wicker shields. Spears thrust, swords slash. The Battle of Marathon explodes into chaos. Clash of civilizations. At the center, the Persian infantry surges forward. The thinner Athenian line begins to buckle. Men fall. For a moment, it seems the Persians may break through. But on the wings, something else happens. The reinforced Athenian flanks smash into the lighter Persian troops. The hoplites drive them back with the weight of bronze and discipline. Dust, blood, and screams fill the air. The wings begin to fold inward, curling around the Persian center. In minutes, the great Persian army finds itself trapped. What began as a confident advance becomes a slaughter. Thousands are cut down, pressed against each other, unable to maneuver. The Persians break. Some flee toward their ships. Others rush into the marshes, where many drown. The once proud army collapses into panic. Victory. By day's end, the Athenians stand victorious. Around 6-0 Persians lie dead upon the field. The Athenians have lost fewer than 200 men. Among them is Callimachus, the brave polemarch who had supported Miltiades' plan. The Persian fleet withdraws, defeated. Athens is saved. The runner. Legend tells of one more moment. After the battle, a messenger is sent from Marathon to Athens to bring the news. He runs the entire distance, 26 miles without pause. Bursting into the assembly, he gasps out a single word. "Nenike kamen." We have won. And then he collapses and dies from exhaustion. This tale, true or not, becomes the inspiration for the modern marathon race, forever linking endurance with the glory of that day. The legacy. The Battle of Marathon was more than a clash of armies. It was a clash of worlds. Had the Persians triumphed, Athens would have been destroyed, its people enslaved, its fragile democracy snuffed out before it could inspire the future. Instead, against impossible odds, a small citizen army proved that discipline, courage, and unity could defeat the greatest empire on earth. For the Greeks, it was a moment of pride, a foundation for what was to come in the wars of Salamis and Plataea. For the world, it became a symbol that free men, fighting for their homes and their ideals, can overcome tyranny, no matter how overwhelming the odds. So remember the name Marathon, a dusty plain by the Aegean Sea, a place where history stood still for one day in 490 BCE, where bronze met empire, where freedom faced slavery, where a handful of Greeks changed the course of the world. And though the centuries have passed, the echo of Marathon still resounds, with every step of a runner, with every defense of liberty, with every story of courage against overwhelming odds. This was the Battle of Marathon.